Scott, I heard a story from someone at a book party of yours recently who saw one of those guys who does the intrepid work on the right of clipping your CNN debates and posting them. And the person who oversaw this interaction said you were so eager to meet this, young staffer who I think it was at the Daily Caller or something like
Yeah.
that, and so gracious to him because you're really grateful for the work of people who get this stuff out there. Tell us a little bit more what you mean about how powerful X is at shaping narratives, debates, and all of that.
So the 2024 campaign for me at CNN, I was there during 2020, but we didn't really have a great campaign coverage because it was during COVID and it wasn't a real campaign. There were no crowds for anything. There wasn't, the conventions were virtual. It was weird. The 2024 campaign was the first campaign I really got to cover at CNN. And I learned almost immediately how powerful the X platform was because we were doing things on the air, whether it was at a debate or at the conventions or on this debating show or what have you. And almost immediately, people were clipping these moments and circulating them. And so within minutes, these little exchanges we were having on the air were going viral. Hear what Van Jones and Scott Jennings just argued about, or hear David Axelrod and Scott Jennings go at it, or whatever. And these things were going viral almost instantly, and they were having a real impact on affecting how people were discussing the discourse and the direction of the campaign. And I started to notice there was like this little cadre of guys who were like really good at clipping the stuff in a hurry, and they were really good at picking out the best 90 seconds or like a really good little exchange and moving it in a hurry. And it was just having a really outsized impact on how people were interpreting the events of the day. And so this was growing and growing and growing over time. The 10 o'clock debating show comes along and it just lends itself perfectly to these little vignettes, these little chunks that really encapsulates kind of the best debating moment between someone from the right and someone from the left. I think it's terrific.